My name is Mocienne Petit Jackson, and I've been a victim from child traffic since 1984. In 2010, I came into the world media saying that Michael Jackson is my father because I was going to court in California to claim my share of the inheritance. And I already told my story that I was kidnapped. Nobody knew that I was a secret daughter of Michael Jackson. So the media made fun of me. So I had no interest to talk anymore with the media, explaining to them what's going on, because everyone who associated with Michael Jackson seems to be crazy and not real. So the media was totally not open for my situation that I was in. I had to claim my share of the inheritance of Michael Jackson because I was getting threat. International people were calling me, threatening me, saying, "We know you are Michael Jackson's secret. We're going to get your child and we're going to hurt you." So a lot of things really, really happened in my life. And then I really had a feeling like, you know what? I'm not going to be scared anymore. I'm going to claim my share of the inheritance. In that process, a lot of lawyers try to screw me off getting more of the money that I could get. The Jackson family, of course, they are not talking because I'm one of the biggest scandal in their life, just together with the secret 8 children that Jermaine Jackson has in Africa, because I rent in private detective for years, and and I found out that I'm not the only secret child, just like Randy Jackson has a secret daughter. But because Michael Jackson is Michael Jackson, people were raised that he doesn't have sex, that he is a man boy. But believe me, my father, Michael Jackson, was a really, really, really man, and he had intercourse with many kind of women throughout of his life. But the point here is that why should I defend to people that don't understand me, made a fool out of me in 2010? So now I'm just fixing some problems in my life. And one of the problem is that the way that I come here, that the way that I was kidnapped through this country from Haiti. Do you want me to be really personal? Because I have come to understand that that's one thing people cannot deal with. People cannot deal with to see Michael Jackson not as an artist, but as a real man. People cannot see him like that, that he is a real man, is a real man. People cannot imagine that when Michael Jackson was 17 years old, he was like a man of 35 years. 35 years old. He wasn't a man. He wasn't a child. It's just the media and PR that want you to believe that Michael Jackson wasn't a real man. Uh, the way that I see it, the world didn't allow Michael Jackson to be what he was in front of the camera. And then there was a time that my father, Michael Jackson, chose that he didn't want to show the world who he was. And that journey about that people don't understand, and that I'm saying I was kidnapped, my child trafficked by the Catholic Church in Haiti, and that Michael Jackson is my father. I understand that people cannot understand that because, number one, I have write a book, Thriller Betrayal and Thriller The Dark Side of Netherlands. People have not had the chance to buy my book, read my book, because of Corona, COVID-19 situation for 2 years worldwide. I just finished my autobiography in 7 languages, and then COVID came. I'm a professional healthcare giver, so I've been working my butt off saving lives in what I can. So promoting my book, no, wasn't an option for me. I preferred to save life than telling my autobiography to the world. Okay, but in COVID-19 time, something very special happened, is that a report came out about the responsibility of the Dutch country about children who were being kidnapped. Okay, and then It gave me the opportunity to go to court to sue the Dutch government about what happened to me. So people here coming into my social media saying I'm a liar, it cannot be true. You don't know my life. If you want to know my life, okay, please respect me. Go and buy my autobiography, read it, let it go into you. And because Michael Jackson fan base is such a big, huge in the world, I translated my book in 7 languages, the most basic languages in the world, to give people an opportunity, Michael Jackson fans, opportunity to read my story and understanding why I'm saying Michael Jackson is my father. I cannot do that in a second. I cannot do that in a second, explaining to people why I'm saying Michael Jackson my father. Number one, I cannot do that because my father is no longer alive. If my father, Michael Jackson, was alive today, there was a time when he was in my life in 2001, when he came back into my life after 17 years that I was kidnapped, that he wanted to share me with the world, that I was his daughter. But then the child molester case came in 2003, and he didn't want to. He didn't want to. Michael Jackson had been a victim for so many things in his life that is his private. I'm not the one who have to take responsibility to convince people my father's life, because I'm living my life. I'm living my life as Mocienne Petit Jackson, being the secret daughter of Michael Jackson. And about my mother, Barbara Jane Ross, coming into media saying, no, this woman is not my mother. Come on, don't people understand? Don't people understand if Barbara Jane Ross come forward saying she had sex with Michael Jackson maybe for 2 years, that she accidentally conceived a child, that me. She's professor. She's professor. She used to be a professor, teacher. What do you think her career would be? Of course, this woman is going to defend herself in 2010, saying no, Mocienne is not my daughter. I mean, I spoke to my mother. Sorry, I'm crying. I spoke to my mother, and it was very clear to me that she's proud of who I am, what I do. And I think in a way she may feel very sad because I haven't done everything yet to be in contact with her, because I don't want to. I don't want to. But let me tell you one thing. When my father died, the person that I wrote was my mother, Barbara Jane Ross, and she responded very well. And I think the decision that she made through the media, that saying, no, Mocienne Petit Jackson is not my daughter, she had no other choice because of the life that my mother, Barbara Jane Ross, wanted to live for her and my other siblings. I understand that. My mother, Barbara Jane Ross, she was very angry to my father, Michael Jackson, to have kicked me to the family in Haiti. It was a totally drama between my parents. As a young child, I have feel the angriness between them. But this is the story. If you want to hear things about my parents, Michael Jackson or Barbara, it's their story to tell. But my story to tell is how I was kidnapped by child traffic, and how I was brutalized and still have the scars totally on my body, on my mind, fighting a system, fighting crime that's very dangerous throughout of my life. And the child protection in the Netherlands, they already knew from the moment I came into the country, child traffic was involved, and they didn't do anything, the government. So if I talk about me and my family, I talk about me. I'm not going to talk about the way that my father, Michael Jackson, feels, because he's not there. And there are things that I'm going to keep private. I'm going to take with me to the grave about my father. And I don't need to convince anyone Michael Jackson, my father. It's not the point now. The point now is that I have to go through fights. And one fight is the moment I was kidnapped, I found out that my father was a huge artist. I didn't know that. For me, my parents and Diana Ross were just regular, normally people. I was, I know, I know nothing about being artist. That my family is the biggest artist in the world. I did not know, and I did not care because when I was dumped in Haiti with my aunts, and my niece and I, we were being victims of child traffic. I was in surviving mode. How am I going to survive this? And I was 9 years old. Just 1 week, I was just 9. While I was kidnapped, it was my happy birthday. From 8 to 9, I was kidnapped. I was brutalized together with my niece, and we were in a horrible situation with Pater Lespinas. Pater Lespinas was from a Catholic church who really stole children. I was living very good in Haiti in a private estate. The people cannot imagine there are rich people in Haiti and they don't care about poor people. And my family, Jacksons, owned a lot of estate in Haiti in that time in the 80s. And my father was really good to the people. He was always walking with a lot of money, giving to homeless. He did so much. But then this creepy Catholic church priest, Pater Lespinas, and his wife, Mamita, they find a way that I was the secret daughter of Michael Jackson, and they kidnapped me together with my niece. And my father, Michael Jackson, he did everything in his power to find me. And every time when private detectives find me, they were killed. They were murdered. They were out. So can you imagine if you have so much money in the world, someone kidnapped your child, you cannot share the grief. I lost my child, help me, lost my child. And you have to do it all secretly. How mental destroying it is for my parents. But this is a story that is something that my mother can maybe ever tell you if she wants, how the way it feels. But for me, I know that my father tried to find me, but he couldn't. In the end, every time when I made the right contact with people that worked for my father, Michael Jackson, my father didn't believe it was real because he had the biggest private detective to find me, and they couldn't find me. The one who made Michael believe that I was alive after 17 years was Donald Trump. Donald Trump had somehow made a record in his business that if a woman comes, my Mocienne, and he was looking for me, they had to take a copy of my idea, make a photo of me. So it was Donald Trump who bring me back to my father in 1998, the year I will become pregnant of my son. And it was Donald Trump who, after 17 years, gave the information to my father, Michael Jackson. We found your daughter after 17 years. And then my father had to wait for another 3 years to really meet me, contact me, because I was going through a lot of personal drama. And Michael, my father, was going through a lot of personal drama. So it took time. But in that time that I was pregnant, he had detective follow me, making photos of me. And I was thinking all the time, I'm crazy, or is it true? But then I found out it was really true. And sometimes my father was in disguise. He was behind me, was very creepy. He was very creepy. And then the child molester case came. My father was being attacked of raping young boys again for the second time. You know what happened the first time when my father was being attacked for child molester case in 1993, and they tried to sue him in 1990. I was being threatened to be murdered because I was still alive. I was still a cable protecting myself. I'm not going to get into deep details, but I can tell you this: the government wasn't there for me. As a teenager, I was totally standing alone, fighting the system. In that time, I understand that the mafia was a part of my life, a part of my father's life. And at that time, I understand that the Jackson's family was to blame for it. So I did my investigation. How did the mafia family came into the life of me and my father? It was through the Jacksons. I was a teenager. I didn't have any power, but God, thank you, I have brains. And this is how I survive it. So people coming into my social media, trying to make me explain to them because they don't understand. Listen, there are so many things in my life that I don't understand. But in the end of the day, I'm trying to live my life. I'm trying to do what's good for me. And I'm trying to survive this. And I'm trying to make a change for this child traffic thing that I survived. How did I survive? I have so much scars on my body of the way I've been abused. You think it's important to me that you believe Michael Jackson is my father? Yes or no? No, it's not important to me. What important to me that I'm surviving, that's important to me is that I let people take responsibility of what happened to me, an innocent child of 9 years old. That's what's important to me. So if I, yes, me, if I, Mocienne Petit Jackson, put out a video asking if people know Carmen Petit, a woman that's not my mother, a woman I never know, a woman that's assigned to be my fake mother. When I was kidnapped together with my niece, they suddenly, by law, they suddenly make my niece my sister while she's my niece. And I was staying with her for 2 years in Haiti because I was deported. So people who want to know my story, the way I feel, the way I survive, then go read my book. And if you dare to attack me on on social media, I will not talk to you anymore, never. Because the time will come that I'm going to put the Jackson family on trial. Why they didn't do anything to show me love, to show me appreciation. I don't care which kind of excuse they have. I went through hell. And I know that my father felt very abandoned by them in a time in his life. And they know it. And no, the Jackson family did not have a good relationship with Michael Jackson. He distanced himself for it. But it's okay. It was his choice, his decision. I know that the Jackson family regretted. They regretted they didn't give him the attention that he needed. That, because everyone always told my father, be strong, be strong, be strong, be strong. Why he was just a really broken man inside, losing his child. And he didn't want to share this with his fans. He didn't want to. It was even hard for him to tell my mother, Barbara Jane Russ, he found me. She hated him like guts. Nobody in the world hate him more. I mean, if someone will lose my child, who's the parent, I will hate him too. So I understand all the emotions that my mother went through. And this is private. This is my private life. So long time ago, before my father even was in my life again, and I could understand what had happened to me, I made some kind of plan for myself. That is, I was going to put the Dutch government to justice. Because in Haiti, you don't have to, there is no justice in Haiti. Haiti is the dump hole of the world. The worst things happen in Haiti. And my father, he was stupid to think because he bought a private estate, I was safe there. Donald Trump tried to talk him out. No, Michael, your daughter is not safe. Donald Trump even came to Haiti and said to my father, can you please give Mocienne to me? He's not safe here. Donald Trump was the one who educated me about kidnapping because he was telling my father, kidnapping, you have to realize, my father didn't grow up in a real world like the most people do. He was living in not a fantasy world, but he couldn't see everything. And he had really bad influence in his life. Michael do this, Michael do that, Michael do that. And in his way, he tried to pick the right thing that he knew maybe was right. So I'm not even blaming my father anymore. Time have educated me to forgive my father. Time have educated me that he couldn't know. He couldn't know. But Donald Trump, do you think that I need to prove myself that Donald Trump has to say to the world, yes, Mocienne Petit Jackson is Michael Jackson's daughter? He's not going to do that because there is a privacy and people need to respect that. On the moment that I ask, Donald, can you do that? Would you like to do that? Maybe he said he would, but he know I don't want. I want to fight my own battles. And my battle is right now, I'm going to prove to the Dutch government that the child protection who's supposed to protect children, they let me down. They never listened. They even allowed me to be adopted in a family where I was raped for five and a half years together with my niece. My niece was 4 years old and she was being raped in that family. And the child protection sued. They did nothing. They did nothing to us. And I want to blame the Dutch government for our suffering. And this is what I want to live and die for. And this why I am in court right now. And this is why I'm posting this video to make people know I have a plan. And when I'm finished with the Dutch government that have allowed a lot of abusing into my life as a child traffic victim, after recognizing that, I'm going to Belgium because Belgium had the biggest contract with Pater Lespinasse to kidnap me from my aunt together with my niece. And Pater Lespinasse, I want to record this now. He was a pedophile. Just like many Catholic priests, he raped young boys. And I was witness from that. I was witness when I was 9 years old and I was staying with Pater Lespinasse and Mamita, that he was raping young boys. I'm damaged for life for what I have seen in this child's place in Haiti from Mamita and Pater Lespinasse. I have witnessed young children, young boys being raped in front of me. And I'm going to get Belgium for that. For how dare you? How dare you work with an adoption organizations who abuse children like that? That's my next step. First, I'm going to deal with the Netherlands because the Netherlands had a contract with Belgium. And after, when I'm finished with the Netherlands and when I'm finished with Belgium, it's time for America. Because I'm going to show America, I'm American. I'm the secret daughter of Michael Jackson. You didn't fuck to protect me. You even tried to put my father down. He wasn't pedophile. And I can even imagine where that story came from because people were pissed off that Michael Jackson lost his secret child. I know a lot of people were thinking, damn it, you are a fucking superstar and you're losing your own secret child. You stupid guy. What a stupid man are you? So I have always understand that. But that's my father's story, not my story. But my story is that I'm going to ask America, okay, why? Why did you not help me? For years, Pater, Lespinasse, and Mamita were really, really bad people. And still you allowed children from Haiti to be adopted by them. And you never put him in jail. Yeah, it was very late till he was banned from America. And I believe they were kicked out of America, I believe. And they had to go to live in Canada. But it took too much. It took too much years. And then, in that time, I'm going to sue the Jackson family. And I'm going to finish my estate case. The judge in America have been really, really good to me in probate case. Media don't write about it. Media said I lost the case with asking for DNA testing with Michael Jackson. I didn't lose the case. The judge had no jurisdiction to grant me a DNA test with deceased. And California is one of the few states in America who doesn't allow DNA testing with the deceased. So because there was still a lot of mafia when my father died, I was like, okay, I'm not going for the money. I'm going for my safety. You understand? I'm going to be safe. So I said, okay, leave the money. Be safe. And then I'm going to finish this court. And am I going to share that I'm really the daughter of Michael Jackson? I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to share it because I experience Michael Jackson fans as something really, really, really extremely, because they have imagination of him. You know, when my father came back into my life in 2001, that he called me, he said, I love you, whatever. He wanted me to get used to his fans. And it was very scary experience for me. And now that he passed away, now that he was murdered in 2009, I don't have to deal with Michael Jackson fans. I only have to live my life. And about will I go to trial? Probably they will pay me off. Probably the estate of Michael Jackson and the Jackson family will pay me off when the moment comes. Because they don't want to go down. Because there are Jacksons in the family, they love me. They care for me, they love for me, they cry for me. But you know, this is private. This is private. I don't have to share that with the world. But what I need the world now. But doesn't mean that I have to share everything with the world. I create my books, Thriller, Betrayal, Thriller, The Dark Side Netherlands. I translate it in several languages to make people understand. Who am I? But I don't own the world anything. But I do want to do things for the world. But people coming to the internet, telling me I'm crazy, blah, 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 blah. No, I'm not crazy. I went through hell through my life, and it's unbelievable I survived it. Still. I'm surviving still. And right now I'm asking for help. Don't put me down. Don't put me down. And if you want to get to know me, go. Buy my books. And if you don't want to read my books, don't talk to me. Please, don't talk to me. Leave me alone. Let me live. I went through a lot. And I still have to go through a lot. And doing this kind of lawsuit with the government is horrible. I'm poor. I'm spending all my money on legal. I cannot work as I would like to. You know, I cannot feel comfortable as I want to because I'm in the middle of hell. Because of COVID-19 economic, I almost don't sell books, but no author in the world almost sells book. So it's normal. This is reality of life. It's absolutely reality of life. And it's okay. It's okay. Because I know where I want to go. Huh? I know where I want to go. I want to do this lawsuit with the Dutch government. I want to prove them wrong. I want justice for all the Haitian international children who have been kidnapped by the Catholic Church who come into the country. I want laws to be changed international in the Netherlands. And I want laws to be changed in Belgium. And then I'm going to do my lawsuit, yes or no, with my Jackson family. And that's it. And then I'm planning to live. I want to live a happy life if I get the chance to live, to continue. Because this whole business that I'm doing, it's really very dangerous. Because I'm dealing with the mafia. I'm dealing with the mafia. And the government knows it. But you know what? I want to make a change for our children. And not a lot of people are so mentally strong like me that can do what I do. And I want to do it. I want to make a change. Do you think I'm going to work secretly for the CIA? No, I don't think so. I had enough. I'm not going to do anything. Risking my life extra. I mean, talking about it is worse. Sharing my life is worse. But I'm not going to accept people thinking I'm crazy and saying Michael Jackson. Because being Michael Jackson, when you are in a child traffic, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. You are okay. The kidnappers, the rapists, they get more money to hurt you. They get more money to hurt you. I mean, they make millions of me by kidnap me for my dad because he's Michael Jackson. I have scars on my body for life. They always hurt. I always feel pain. The whole 3 years, I always feel pain. But do I complain? No, I don't complain. I work in healthcare. I try to enjoy my life. I love cooking. I love gardening. I'm a painter. I'm a professional singer, artist, songwriter. I write. I was born with so much blessings. I want to enjoy it. If I die tomorrow, I can say to God, okay, the story that I had to tell in this world was hard, but God, thank you so much for allowing me to have all these talents that I really enjoy when I was alive. And I want to be meaningful. I don't want to only think about myself, because I have seen so much children suffering that couldn't do anything. The moment that I saw Pater Lespinas raping young boys, I went to somewhere kitchen. I had a knife. I had a knife. I really wanted to kill him. I was 9 years old and I really wanted to kill him, but I didn't. I thought that I had to do this political, and I was 9. I said, I was thinking, yeah, I had a knife, and I was like, okay, if I kill him, then I will die. So the situation that I've been being through my kidnapping, it's for the most people almost not hard to believe, but I went through it. But I really, really, really went through it, and it was hard. And people on the social media don't dare to attack me, because I will hire a detective and I will find you and I'll put you to jail, because I'm somebody. I'm something. And let me tell you, being on social media is very vulnerable for me, because I know the media have created fantasy. I'm crazy because Michael Jackson is not real. Michael Jackson was really real. Michael Jackson was really real, really, really real. And I'm not going to spend my life defending my father, who have passed away and is with God and Jesus Christ and Buddha and Allah. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to use the time that I have now to do my share and hopefully leave something very beautiful into this world. That's what I want. I'm taking my father in my heart here, in my heart. Every day he's my heart. Every day I feel my dad here. He's with me. Every day I feel him. Every day I love him. If I cry and I feel vulnerable, I pray for him. I pray for him to help me. I don't and even my father was murdered. I'm happy that he died in peace, because he doesn't have to suffer anymore. This amazing soul have suffered so much in his life. I want my father to rest in peace. And I know he's with me. I know he will always be with me and his other children. So there was Mocienne Petit Jackson. I thought it was really time to do this interview. And I really want people to understand, do not play with me. If you are going to threat me, you're going to hurt me, I will hire a private detective. I will go to the police, because social media do not allow you to break people down. I will not accept. And if you want to know my story, you can buy my books. And this interview is so private for me, because I'm telling you things I never told anyone before. Because why? I'm in a process of going into appeal with the Dutch government. The first verdict was that the government said you suffered. They recognized the crime have been done to me. But the Dutch government said, but we didn't know you were in child traffic. And yeah, what we could see, the papers were right. So we didn't know. So that's why they don't pay me any money, financially damaged. They said, yeah, you suffered a lot. We are sorry. But yeah, government didn't know you weren't part of child traffic. And this is why I'm going into appeal. And I will go till human rights courts to get my way. And I'm going to get my way, because Pater Lespinas of the Catholic Church, he was a criminal, a mafia guy, and they are still allowing his family to adopting children still in Haiti. Very vulnerable. So this adoption agency, whatever it's called, it needs to be shut down. It needs to be shut down because Palestinian children, they have used us as animals. They have used us as slave. We were living in the dirt, when I was kidnapped. They were abusive. They hurt us. So this have to be shut down. They have to be shut down. And his children need to get out of Haiti, never come back, and never allowed this kind of adoption organizations to exist. Need to get out. Need to get out. And that's what I'm going to fight for. And I can fight for because I was born with intelligence. See, I was born with not being poor, coming from an educated family. So, yeah, this is why I'm able to fight for. And I'm going to fight for. So there was Mocienne Petit Jackson. Please respect me. And I don't know what I'm still going to share with you, but I'm on a very big journey in my life, and this is what I'm sharing now. Don't expect me to give you my life, show you everything I have, but on this moment, and where I am now, I need your support to get through this, what I'm going through right now. Because I want to find people who have the same fake adopted papers, saying that Carmen Petit is their mother while they're not. My niece had the same fake paper, and another child who was adopted in the adoption family had the same same fake paper with Carmen Petit. So I'm expecting there are more children who were adopted with fake papers saying that Carmen Petit is their mother. So I'm looking for these children. This is why I went to social media, put out my videos, and the reaction was huge on some social medias. And I just want justice. I want justice. People don't have to love me, don't have to believe that Michael Jackson is my father, but I want justice for the child traffic the Catholic Church have done to millions of children. And one of the million children, it's me. And I'm still alive to fight for the children they have already murdered, have already died, have already killed themselves. I want justice for them. And that's why I'm standing. This is why I am poor. I'm not making any money. This is why I'm not trying to sell my books in anything. But it's okay. Because I know where I'm standing and where I'm going. And let me tell you one thing. Money is not happiness. It helps. It helps. But it's not happiness. Look at my father. He had so much money. He was so unhappy. And so many crime have done to him. And so many people have run away with it. So I'm living my life as the best at my knowledge. And I really want to be respected for people who don't know me. And yeah, maybe it's too much to ask, but I'm asking anyway. It was Mocienne Petit Jackson. To the people who supported me, I want to say thank you very much. You keep my energy up. And when I'm crying, I feel hold. I feel strong to go on, move it. I do try to read so many things, and I try to respond from reaction. And this is 2023, very September 2003, very special time in my life, and I want to say thank you. The key of my life is believing in love, because hate is disgusting. Hate is disgusting. Murder is disgusting. So that's the key of my life. I want to say thank you very much to my amazing followers and maybe my fans. And thank you. Just continuing trying to see the positive of life. And I'm grateful for the people who support me. Thank you. It was Mocienne Petit Jackson from the Netherlands. Bye-bye.